XFL
I love that shirt. I love that shirt. And I love the game that was played last week.
Yeah, it was
All
a
right.
different game.
All right. Stand by. 3, 2, 1, go.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Well, I said that if the San Antonio Brahmas make it to the UFL championship game, that my favorite super fan would be back. She's back. Renee Peters, aka the Brahma Babe, joins me right now. How are you, my dear?
I'm good, Brian. How are you on this glorious Friday?
I'm doing great. The championship is Sunday, and you got to go back to St. Louis for the third time.
Yeah, third time. I might as well not unpack, you know?
Yes, I get it. I get it. It's the Brahmas and the Birmingham Stallions inside the Battle Dome for the inaugural UFL championship. And I got to tell you about the Brahmas. Boy, did they stop the second highest scoring offense in its tracks. That was a beautiful defensive game last weekend.
Oh, it was. It was really good to see some of the guys come back that have been out. And I think, with them coming back, it brought a different energy, a different feel. It brought a little bit more depth to the defense. It brought a little bit more speed to the defense. It to me as a fan, it was not a brand new team. It's a team I knew that was there. It's just having all of the people together.
It was just like you said, having all of the pieces back, and boy did they really come in handy. And again, stopping the second highest scoring offense. What got me was something you pointed out last week, was the fandom from both sides, the Battlehawks and the Brahmas. I mean, between the lines, you want to see your team win. But I saw a lot, and this is what makes me a fan of leagues like the UFL and indoor football and others. It's the fandom, because y'all can yell at each other and zing each other for 60 minutes, and yet when the final gun sounds, hey, let's go have a beer and talk about our teams, and you have even more fun. It was such an atmosphere last weekend.
It really was. And, we didn't know which way it was going to go. I mean, obviously, like you said, each team wanted it to go their way. But, before the game, we're together, we're tailgating together, we're sharing, beverages and food and just so much love. And then, you hit in there. But it's always a nice feel, too, because even coming out at halftime and grabbing drinks or heading to the bathroom or whatever you got to do, and you're walking down the hallways, people are like, boo. But hey, man, that's cool. We're glad you're here. So it's the best of both worlds. And I know, for the Battlehawks, I know their hearts were set on being there this weekend and playing. I get it. As a fan, I'm the same way. I would have been upset leaving and knowing I wasn't going to necessarily come back for my Brahmas. But overall, it was a really good feel. And most people have still, they're, hey, y'all coming back, we're going to tailgate. So we're going to be doing it again, third week in a row, tailgating with those guys. And, hopefully pull a few of them yelling for us too.
The hospitality is off the charts in St. Louis. I've been through St. Louis a few times, had a chance to catch a Cardinals game when the new Busch Stadium opened in 2006, and flew through. I had a chance to go through Missouri and University of Missouri. The hospitality is just crazy awesome in St. Louis. And you being the super fan that you are of the Brahmas, you mentioned it last weekend, just getting to know all of the fan bases, home and road. The ones at home, but the ones on the road have shown you guys some great hospitality. Next year, I hope to be in that fandom, bring my wife with me so we can all tailgate and have fun. But now there is a championship to be won. You see that you get the defending two-time USFL champion Birmingham Stallions. And yeah, they're sticking their chest out a little bit. And I know some Stallions fans, but at the same time, it just comes down to how much fun everybody is having with this new league and getting to know fans from other teams. I've gotten to know fans from from other teams. And even though I wasn't able to cover it the way I wanted to cover it, I still got people in the UFL that were in the old USFL sending me good wishes and good health because they want to see me do games online next year for them. I will do this one on Sunday. I made a promise. I made two promises, folks. I promised that I'd have the Brahma Babe back should the Brahmas make the championship game. They did. The second promise I will keep. I will call the UFL championship game on my YouTube channel this Sunday, but we decided to add a little something to it. The babe and I have been talking, and we're going to add a little tailgate to it on Sunday.
Woo! I'm excited about that, and that way, we can share with your viewership and those watching, what's going on that day. Kind of show some of the fans out there, see what we do, see how we mingle. It'll be really interesting too to kind of see with this being a Stallions Brahmas game in the Battle Hawk, you know. Uh, Backyard, can I say? I will say, and this is a small thing to touch on too, Brian, and hopefully it can inspire some other fans. Now, one thing that I have been seeing, and even some of the Battlehawk fans that I'm friends with, while they don't share the same sentiment, I've been seeing it a lot in the different rooms or groups and things, and it's like. I would be upset. Again, I'd be upset if my Brahmas didn't make it in. And I know a lot of people, Battlehawk fans, have bought the tickets. And I've seen some posts about, well, we can go to the game and boo both teams because we hate them both. I
Right.
still want to stress this, you guys. I know not everybody wants to go to a game their team doesn't play in. I get it. I know it's Father's Day. I get it. Our
Hmm.
game, the championship game last year in San Antonio, was during Mother's Day weekend.
Hmm.
And we had about 25,000 at that game. And I will say that a lot of those fans were Brahma fans. A
Yeah.
lot, didn't have a whole lot of DC. We did have some Arlington. But
Hmm.
I do want to share, just again, it's about the league too.
It
And
is.
we want that. So even if you don't want to root for my Brahmas and you don't want to root for the Stallions, but you have game tickets and you still want to come, wear your Battle House blue. It's okay. Let's
Yeah.
support the league. Let's support and have a good turnout because we know St. Louis can do that. We know it. And I saw a little bit of that going on, and it kind of got to my heart a little bit because you guys have a great fan base, and I know there's bad eggs in every bunch, but I just really want you guys to understand. We went through this last year being in San Antonio, and we missed the playoffs by a missed field goal
A missed field goal. Hmm.
by a kicker who never really misses anything.
Right.
so, so I get it, but I just keep the love, peace, and Brahmas and Battlehawks and the UFL all in there, guys. And if you got those tickets and you just are bummed about not being in it, come on out. Still, come on out.
Yeah, this is a chance to show that there is support for the league. I mean, you have it in the loudest place
Mhm,
in the UFL in St. Louis. St. Louis average the Battlehawks averaged about 40,000 per
mhm,
game. So why not bring out 40, maybe even 50,000 for the UFL championship game, which I think that's going to be the turnout anyway,
mhm,
because most of the Battlehawk fans are going to be there because it's in their town. And then you
mhm,
have the Brahma fans and the Stallion fans coming in. They're excited about the championship, but it's a chance for other fans of other teams,
mhm,
to just come and show out and show their fandom and tailgate together. And I said this last year before I found out the game was in San Antonio. I
mhm.
said if they had the game in St. Louis, it would sell out the house. I still hold true to that. It's in St. Louis. I believe they're going to sell out the house this weekend.
Well, I'm hoping that for the league. I would love to, and again, everybody has their team or what they feel they want to go with, but for the league itself and for what
Hmm.
it shows on TV, I'm hoping for that. I know that our numbers for the Brahmas are more than three this week or four. I'm gonna say we're gonna have a good little mix there. We've got 11 that I know of right off the bat that are coming.
Hmm.
That's not including families and families of the players and coaching staff. I know quite a bit of them are coming, and then we've got some newbies that are diehard fans in San Antonio that just weren't able to make it, last week or the week before that are coming, and some are driving, some are flying, So I think we're going to have a better group. Now, is it going to be 30,000? Probably not. But I'm looking forward to seeing old friends, meeting new friends, meeting some stallion people, or I call them the My Little Ponies. But I truly do love that going out to. I mean, I went out and I bought bandanas, yellow bandanas for a certain fan group with the Battlehawks because we talked about it. And I said,
Mhm.
if you guys would be willing to wear it, I'll bring it. So I have about 6 or 10 yellow bandanas that I'm bringing for that
Nice.
specific group.
Nice. Very nice. Speaking of friends, here's this one. Jackie Martinez, Vamos Brahmas. 210 Brahma Sita here. Thanks, Jackie, for checking out the live stream this afternoon. And Sundays, tailgate and championship call will be a donation stream for the channel. Made sure that Renee was cool with it. She was. She says, let me spread this to a lot of friends. I'm going to put the link together. I will be sure I send it to you before you fly to St. Louis. That way you can spread it around to everybody on where they can tune in. We'll start our tailgate at 2:45. The kickoff is set for 3, and I'll have the call right here. This is one of my favorite super fans and one of my favorite people, and I love having her on. And I hope she comes on during the fall football season too, because it'll be great to have. Oh, there you go. I love it. 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 She'll be on during football season. We're going to talk a lot of football, but we're going to approach it from the fan standpoint. This year, the X's and O's are talked about by any and everybody, but this is the only sports show that will attack it from different angles, including the fandom, the stadiums, and everything. Of course, y'all know my team is the 49ers. My wife's team is the Colts. I have conquered Lucas Oil Stadium because I had a chance to do play-by-play for 3 different football games there. So the college football games at that. So I've conquered Lucas Oil Stadium. Now the hope is to meet my good friend Matt Taylor, who is the voice of the Colts, and he's on with me each and every week, talking Colts football and everything. Now it's now I want to meet him. I want to meet some of the other broadcast teams. I met the Ravens broadcast team one year. When they were setting up. I met Jeff Joniak from the Bears, and I thought I almost would meet Mitch Holfus, who was the voice of the world champion Chiefs. Haven't heard back from him yet, or Greg Popper from the 49ers. I have the feeling I will, but it's so much fun having you on the program just to talk about the fan experience. She's my favorite super fan. She is Renee Peters, the Brahma Babe, and the Brahmas will take on the Birmingham Stallions and try to take down the dynasty. This Sunday, 3 p.m. is the kickoff. Yours truly will be on the air at 2:45 with this lovely woman you see here. I may get my wife to peek in for a couple of seconds during the tailgate, because she and I have our own like tailgate tradition. Since I've been basically stuck in the house, there are times I go out and I drive. She'll bring the snacks in, and I gotta tell this story. My wife knew I was covering the Super Bowl, and she said, "Do you have all your 49er gear ready?" So I took a picture and I sent it to my daughter with my shirt, my farm hat, and my cup, all 49ers stuff. Cheyenne got a hold of it, spread to everybody. My wife got a hold of it and spread to everybody. And she says, "I want you to have the best time." So she asked me, "What do you want for a snack before the Super Bowl?" And the first thing that came out of my mouth was, "I want meatballs." So what does this lovely woman do? She zips to the store, comes back, throws some meatballs in a crock pot, and she didn't use the barbecue sauce this time. She used a gravy sauce, and the next thing I know, I had 2 plates of meatballs in front of me before I started my pregame for the Super Bowl. It's fabulous talking football with folks like you, with fans like you and friends like you. And Jackie, I hope I get a chance to meet you also and have you on and have you tell your experience this year. Favorite super fan of all, the Brahma Babe, Renee Peters, joining us. It's the Brahmas and the Birmingham Stallions for the UFL Championship. We're up at 2:45 with the pregame show. Thank you, my dear, very, very much. I love you very much, and thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I love being here.
All right, we got a break. As a matter of fact, we got some more stuff for you. Thanks for tuning in. See you later.